It would have been an enormous disaster.
Checkpoint, first one of a couple. Nice little BTR.
Han sa ju att om 20 minuter så kommer det vara riktigt.
Yeah, so apparently there's like 3 or 4 checkpoints as we make our way there. Understandable. This is actually the tour that we're actually on. Yeah, so right here, right there is like the checkpoint. No joke, security, military there. And this is just one of like 3 or 4, like I was saying before. So, yeah, serious business here. And apparently when we get there, we're not gonna be able to, I don't know, when we're in front of the nuclear power plant, because it is a nuclear power plant, we're not gonna be able to like film the entire power plant, but this is kind of what it looks like. And if you guys don't know, the sarcophagus is what they built over it. And then it was only supposed to last 15 years. And this is the new one that they have on it. I think they call it the arch or the ark. But when we're there, I don't know if we're allowed to film. So this might be the main shot of the entire thing. But now, through one checkpoint, I think two more to go. Man, but one thing while we're waiting there's like a lot of buses here. While we're waiting for the checkpoints, I will say it's cold and it's starting to get creepy. Like you can see all of the land like this, and these aren't radioactive. So I think when we get to the radioactive part, it's gonna be a little bit creepy because it's just so quiet.
Everything now, let's just finish all those.
Okay, sure. Okay, back on the bus right now, and I have my decimeter.
Around something like that, which is completely different. The area completely recovered, full of nature, full of wildlife.
Yeah, so right now we're off to this, the first stop, first village. Dang.
Like 3,000 of people used to live over here before.
This is like the doctor's office, and they say a lot of the floors are torn up because people would hide this stuff under the floor, and people knew that. So people came back here, they just kind of tore the floor up to take like the valuables and treasures that were there. This is crazy. Man, even more than I thought. You know, crazy. So you can see all this. Crazy. All of this, because if you guys don't know the history, people had to like pack up and leave, and they thought they were gonna be back. They thought they were gonna be back in like a few weeks. So you can imagine if they say, hey, grab everything, you'll be back in 2 weeks. You probably wanted, wow, look down there. Cabinet. Yeah, you can imagine if you thought you were gonna be here just for 2 or 3 weeks, you were gonna be gone for 2 or 3 weeks, you probably wouldn't grab so much stuff. You'd like leave so much behind, which is what people did. And here's another house. Going in here to check it out. The floors, you guys can see. This is insane. This is another house. The floor just kind of completely destroyed. As I told you, people would hide their stuff under the floor. So people just kind of tore the floor up looking for stuff. But this is crazy. Scary and creepy at the same time. It's just so quiet, even though there's so many tourists and everything here. It's so quiet. But she said further down the road, because this is like a little village. Further down the road. You gonna go down there after?
Yeah, there's a playground over there.
Yeah. So further down the road, there should be some more stuff. Хорошо. Yeah, so now we're making our way down the... This was just a small village. So I might say this is not like Chernobyl. But let's go in some of these houses. Let's check these houses out. It's so crazy. You have a lot of stuff just left here. Okay, let's see if it's not too dangerous. You see a lot of the stuff just left behind. Oven or a furnace to heat the place up. Once again, you guys notice the floor all torn up. And have this, so I'm gonna just check the radiation here. +1.6. Crazy. Yeah. She said we have about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna explore a little bit more down in this village. But it's just like creepy quiet, you know? Like that's the thing, it's just, this is a small village. Maybe go this way. Trying to go to maybe the places that had the least amount of tourists that came there. Wow, like look at this one. Like what would you think this would have been? Maybe like a store. You can see it's a little bit dangerous coming here. Because the roofs are almost coming down, if you guys can see. Keep going a little further. Close. Toilet. It's crazy just thinking of the stories that are here in some of these places. Say I have about 5 minutes left. So imagine this would have been just a small village. In these small villages, the people probably have never left here their entire life. As much as I want to put like music in here and everything, I think it's important to feel the creepiness of what it feels like being here. And it's just abandoned villages. Just houses. Can you guys hear how quiet it is? Maybe go and check out this place here. And they did warn us that there are animals out here as well. Wow, and this is like a cellar over here. Go into this house here, see. Like, look at this. Like, I just imagine the stories of this. You know, kids here, people playing. Whoa. Floors. This was a house. This is crazy. Almost the floor doesn't seem safe. Yeah. I would keep going, but this doesn't. The floor doesn't seem too safe. Again, it's kind of more of the same. Try to walk more of the same in these houses. Just stories, like whole lives just kind of left behind, you know? Like the stories of these hats, everything you see here. Even one house, trying to see as many places as possible. We only have a few minutes here, but like this is probably one of the craziest, creepiest things I've ever seen. As you guys can see, a lot of the roofs, all this stuff, this was a hidden cellar. Not gonna go in there, but you guys can probably guess the same overall theme. You can tell a lot of people here had newspapers. I guess being far from a village or being where there was a shop and all that kind of stuff, newspapers, of course, could be used to read, but they also could be used to stay warm by putting them in the fire. They could use as installations. You guys can see over here on the wall, and then probably more important, they could be used as toilet paper, honestly, that people had when you're out in this village. And yeah, pretty crazy. And to check this, 2018. Yeah, so basically how radiation kind of works is there's just pockets of it, basically what people were explaining. So for example, you can be walking, it's not like what you think, like this whole area is contaminated, which it can be, but it could be 0.18 right here. And if I move over here, 0.19. If that makes sense to you guys. Can work your way around some of the places, you know, but this is super creepy. The village life was here, and now it's just kind of, yeah. And this is just one village, a small village. This is one of the smaller villages on top of that. So can't even imagine a big city where you had malls, you had schools, you had sports arenas, you had everything. And being in a place like this and just having to drop everything and kind of go, thinking you're coming back. And at the same time, a lot of the people here, they got a huge dose of radiation, you know, and then they left, you know, because they didn't know about it for a couple of days. There's a lot of these here. I'm not sure what they are. But we're leaving this village now, and we're going to the next. So maybe this part will be over, and see you guys later in the next part as we're heading to the van right now. Yeah, but it's creepy to think about, to kind of see this, you know, just, yeah. And what I was saying before is that everyone was getting radiation they didn't even know. So they were here for about 2, 3, 4, 5 days inhaling a deadly amount of radiation that if it didn't affect them at that time, it affected them a little bit later down the road, down the line. And it's just crazy. They had no idea. As they said, it was like this silent killer. And a lot of them weren't scared because of the war. They had seen actual real soldiers and everything. So here, to have a silent killer, they weren't scared of it because they'd seen guns and everything. So yeah, off to the next village, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Yes.
0.80. But you moving deeper into the red forest, already 1.9.